Good evening, everybody. And like you see, I'm with a new guest, and his name is Scott. Hi, Scott. How are you?
Hello. How are you, Manuela?
I'm really good. And tonight we are going to talk about something that everybody is asking me lately. And it's about, oh my God, I'm reading the news, I'm watching the news, and I'm seeing that Medellin is being very dangerous right now to visit. And they are telling me that information. And I want to tell you a little bit about the situation here in Medellin. And it's not the same if me, that I'm a Colombian, that I'm a person from here, from Medellin, speak about the city than a person that is from the United States, that he has the opportunity to be here in Colombia and stay a time here. And already, you already being here for a couple of months.
Yes.
And I think that is perfect. If he tell you a little bit about his experience so far here in Medellin, about what he can notice here. If he notices that it's very dangerous, that maybe you cannot walk, or a couple of things that I'm sure that are your concern right now during these days for the news that are you watching right now. So Scott, let's start because we want to know how is your experience so far here in Medellin, and we want to notice we want to know a little bit also about what do you think about the city? If you feel that it's very insecure, that you feel that you have to watch your back every time that you go out of your house.
No, actually, it's a very safe city. There's police everywhere. There's two police to every motorcycle. There's people all over the place. So as long as you're in the areas where people are, it's like any big city. You're going to be fine here. I'm out all the time. I bring my dogs here. I walk the streets every day here. Miles and miles every week. The food, the people, the culture, everything, the weather. It's amazing. You will not believe it. All you do is just get here, and you're going to plan your trip back before you get home.
Yes, because I feel that most of the people that visit Colombia for first time and visit Medellin for first time, they get in love of the city and they want to come back and return to this city.
Yes, I've, as you know, since the first time I came right after the pandemic, I've been back here, I don't even know, 11 or 12 times now. And I stay for 3 months, 2 months. I don't just come for a week anymore. I love it here.
And Scott, I'm going to talk about this because I know that you already have a couple of friends here in Medellin that they live in Medellin.
Yes.
Most of the time they spend like half time here, half time in United States. And I mean, what they tell you about the situation with the Americans that right now are being killed here in Medellin?
One of the biggest things is don't use dating apps that you could use in the United States here in Colombia. That is a target for people. Use the agency. The agency is safe. They bring the girls in. They have their ID. They have your ID. Everything is laid out, so it's very safe for you. Manuela or one of the other girls in the office is going to help plan your dates. You're going to go to a nice restaurant, a good place for lunch, someplace that's safe, and people are protected. You're not going to have any worries.
And the good thing is like, I think that you already noticed, like usually we recommend the guys and the clients what places they can visit. And like in every city, you are going to find places that are not very safe. And of course, you are not going to go to that places to take the risk that maybe something happened to you, because that is not only here in Medellin. I think that it's around the world that you have to be very
Recording
careful
in progress.
places.
Correct.
And of course, if you are a tourist, you have to know that and be more aware about everything in your environment, and know that there are places that you have to be a little bit more careful in visiting. But most of the places that, for example, most of the clients they stay always is very safe, and you don't take any risk of anything.
No, I've never had a problem here. And I've been here many, many days. I've been here probably close to 300 days total since I started coming here. Never one single problem with something like that. Nobody's ever tried to rob me, steal from me, nothing. People ask for things. They beg on the streets. It's a big thing in certain neighborhoods, but they're not there to hurt you. People love the tourism here. The businesses around here thrive because of our tourism. Once again, the agency is the safest way to date in Colombia. And you know if the girl is what she does at that point. You're going to know if she's a secretary. You're going to know if she's gone to college. You're going to know if she has children. you're going to start off on a better foot. You're going to have something to talk about. You're going to feel comfortable when you sit down with the person right away.
And Scott, I'm starting to see that there are questions. There are one question for you, and I want to invite the guys that maybe they have questions about Medellin to make questions to Scott, and maybe he can answer a couple of them. And right now, Buddy, he's asking you: does Scott ever use dating apps or social media to meet women in Medellin?
No, that is once again that is what you're reading in the paper, where people have problems. That's where it happens. The agency, like I said, is a very safe way to do this. They know everything about the girl. The girl has been here long before you ever come to Colombia. They have a file. They have her ID. They're going to have yours. Everybody's safe. When you go to the dating apps, I have a friend who just told me the other day he's been here for 6 years, and he tried a dating app just recently, and he had a problem. So I wouldn't say that it's any certain dating app, but dating apps. So agency is safe.
Thank you, Scott. And I want to mention this because maybe some of them they wondering like because that is what I was talking with a client yesterday, and I was telling him that sometimes the intention of these girls that the ones that they met through the dating apps, the intention most of the time is not to kill the person.
Right.
Most of the times the intention is to steal to the guy, and they use a drug called it scopolamine. That is a drug that what it does is like when they put a little bit in your drink or in your food, whatever, you start to do whatever the other person tell you. So if that person tell you, oh, give me the password of your credit card, you will give the password. If that person tell you like, oh, I need that you give me all your money, you will give all the money to that person. So you have to be very careful because what this drug does is like you're going to feel that you are drunk and you are going to do whatever the other person tell you to do. And what is happening is like sometimes they put more of the drug that they need to put in the drink because they are not going to take the time like, oh, Scott, he maybe need this quantity of drug in his drink. They are going to put whatever they think that they need to put in that person in a state of they can control it. So sometimes, most of the times, what happened is that they put more of the drug that they supposed to put, and they ended up killing the person. I'm not going to say that this is good, still is good, or the drug someone is good, but the intention most of the time is not to kill the guy. Most of the time, the intention is to steal of him. And for what I hear a couple of times, what is happening is that the guys they bring these girls that they don't know that they just saw for first time in a dating app to them hotels, to them apartments, and of course these girls take advantage of the opportunity to steal to them, and there is where it starts the problem. I don't know if this is the information that maybe you hear.
Yeah,
So please tell
exactly correct. So once again, if you stay away from the prostitution and the drugs, you're not going to have a problem. If you use the agency, you're not going to have a problem. That does not happen here. So the dating apps are, there's no regulation there, and somebody trying to help you out or protect you. So you're putting yourself out there in a place that you don't know. Come to the agency. It's completely safe. They know who you're going out with, and you will too. Here you pick if you're going to go out with an accountant or a manicurist or a doctor or a lawyer. These are people that are here in the agency just waiting to meet people. All you got to do is come here.
Okay, Scott, thank you so much for that. Because again, guys, this is the time to ask because believe me, I'm not having just one question per day. I'm having a lot of questions of a lot of guys that they are a little bit afraid to visit Medellin. And even I have one that was telling me today, like, oh Manuela, look, I love Medellin. I'm going to go there. I want to visit with my friends, but right now my friends are telling me like, no, we hear the news and we are not going to visit Colombia right now. Even, for example, in my case, my personal case, my boyfriend, that is an American guy, his mom and his dad told him like, be careful, we hear the news, and he was like, mom, I mean, they don't tell what is really happening here. And the situation that is getting out of control is that there are a lot of prostitution, that is correct, and that the guys, they believe like, oh, it's a girl, what a girl can do to me, like I'm stronger than her, I'm a taller than her, so I'm going to have the control. But they don't realize that they use other methods to get what they want. So that is what you have to keep in mind, right?
Yes, and that's the reason you just use the agency. You're never going to have any of those problems. All the stuff you read about, and people ask me the same questions almost daily from the United States. Okay. And I keep laughing every time they ask, and just like she's doing now, because we don't see that. Okay. We hear about it because everyone's telling us from the United States that it's happening, but we don't see that because we're not out there in the dating app world.
Here, Neil Michaels is asking, from what I understand, most normal Colombian girls don't use dating apps, certainly not the free ones.
Correct.
So, yes, I mean, it's like right now, the like I'm going to say the good girls, we believe that the apps are full of prostitution and a lot of bad things. So now the good people is avoiding these apps because they find out that if, for example, you create a profile in a specific dating app, most of the times the guys are going to think like you are a prostitute, or they are going to think like you are looking for sex. So a lot of girlfriends that I have, for example, they say like, I don't like, because when I create my profile, I start to find out guys that they are only looking for sex in the first date, or they only want to spend the night and that's it. Or even they ask and offer money to them. So it's like now dating apps here, at least in Medellin, it's something that know a lot of people that is, I'm going to say like good people, is doing that. They prefer even other websites or other like marriage agencies to find someone in other places around the world, because here it's something that is not even only dangerous for a person that is from other country, it's even dangerous for people that is here, because in the end you don't know what kind of person you are going to meet. And I know in Netflix there was a couple of a series about documentaries about people that they was pretending to be someone that they was not. And I feel that what helps in the agency, because I'm not going to tell you that we do a really deep search, but what is different is like we take the time to see the background of the guy and the background of the girl. We take the time to ask to the guy for an ID and identification, and also to the girl to join the agency. So it's like we take care of the people and we make sure that Scott is the person that it says that it's Scott. And the person that he's going to meet is the person that it says that it is. So I think that maybe, I don't know if you find out that with the agency, that when you start to meet with someone, is the person that in reality it's saying that it is.
Yes, I've never been on a bad date through the agency. I've been on some that I didn't want to go on again, but never a bad date ever. Like I said, the girls here pretty much just want your time. Most of them aren't looking for somebody rich. They're looking for somebody nice. Okay, somebody to spend time with them. If you want a best friend, these are the girls. They're going to hold your hand all the time. They're going to make you dinner. They're going to want to eat dinner with you. They're going to wake up in the morning with you. They're always nice. Every one of them's a little bit nicer than the next one. So it's a little tough to pick one.
And I'm going to mention something. I'm not going to be very specific because it's something that you saw this morning and that you told me like, oh, Manuela, that is nice, because that shows that the girl was really caring about the fact that she has to say goodbye to the guy. So Scott was able to see a couple that meet through us, and they start to communicate through letters. We're not going to say names, of course. And they start to communicate through letters. Finally, he traveled to Medellin to meet with her, and apparently everything is working very well for them. And today they have to say goodbye, and the girl, she was very affected about the fact that he has to return, right?
Yes, I was eating breakfast and I was able to witness it all. He got in his Uber and headed to the airport, and she was walking around in circles, wiping tears from her eyes. So Manuela came in and I told her, I said what I had seen. So these girls love hard. They really, really love when they get somebody they like and somebody treats them just nice and gives them the time, they will love you like you've never been loved. You will not regret coming to Colombia and meeting these girls.
Okay, here I have never used a dating app anywhere and never will. It's like going out of your way to find trouble. I think that that is what we are mentioning, right?
Yes, it is completely different here than it is in the United States. Here, the agency is the protection that you need to make sure you're safe.
Yes, guys. So it's like I'm not going to tell you that a dating app it's something bad that you're always to find troubles, but why to take the risk? Why to take the risk to maybe find someone that is not the person that it says that it is? And more in other country that you don't know anybody, that you don't know someone that can tell you like, oh yes, I know her and she is like this and like that. Because it's different sometimes even for a person that is from here that maybe is able to have friends in common and ask for that person, but for someone that is from other country and it's a different culture, it's a different kind of world, and of course he's taking more risk in going to places that he doesn't supposed to go. And again, guys, if you are going to meet with someone here in Medellin or in whatever part of the world, trying to go to a place that is public, a place that is a nice area that you know that you are going to be safe. If, for example, I go to, I don't know what I can say, if I go to Chicago and I meet with someone in a really bad neighborhood, I'm taking a risk. I'm taking the risk that something happened to me. So it's not only here in Colombia, guys, it's around the world. You have to be careful. And I think that sometimes the guys, they don't think this. They don't put a little bit of logical. For example, lately we have also the news that a guy was killed. He was a Canadian guy, and he was walking very late at night in a place that we was talking with my coworker. Like, I don't understand what he was doing at the time of the night. Of course, I'm not agree with the fact that somebody killed someone, but even me as a person that lives here in Medellin, will not walk in very late at night in a place that is not safe. That is something that you don't do. You don't put your life into risk just because you think that that is something that is not going to happen to you never, right?
Correct. Yeah, I mean, any you can find a bad neighborhood in any city in the United States. So here, once again, in all the busy areas, you're not going to have a problem. We have an area called Provenza that's about 3 minutes from where we're sitting, 3 to 5 minutes walking. There's hundreds of restaurants. There's thousands of people every single day there. There's hundreds of police officers. They're walking, they're riding motorcycles. They're everywhere. So guys, I'm telling you, there's flights every single day from Miami to Medellin, multiple airlines. You can get here so easy. It's a 3 hour flight. You get through customs in about 30 minutes. You get over here in about another 30 or 40 minutes. You won't believe the life you live here. Okay. If you come here, you will want to come back. You'll probably plan your trip back before you get home.
Yes, guys. So listen to Scott, and this is something that I appreciate a lot because believe me, we are not paying to Scott anything to be here tonight. And we just ask him the favor, like, oh, Scott, you are staying here for a long period of time. You really like Medellin. You really enjoy here, and right now, this is being a big. A topic because right now everybody is talking about the situation that it's happening here in Medellin. And please, like, join us during the Latin show and give to the guys your perspective about how you feel Medellin so far. Because it's not the same again, like me as a Colombian talk to you and tell you, no, Medellin is super safe and you are going to be fine. Nothing is going to happen if you hear to us and do what we tell you to do and the places that you have to go. That if someone that is from other country have the opportunity to have the experience to live here in Medellin for a couple of months and tell you, like, if you don't look for troubles, you are not going to have troubles. Like, if you are in the good places, you are not going to allow that something bad happen to you. And it's not Scott's first time because it's not his first time being here in Medellin. So he already had the opportunity to came here for a couple of years ago, and what he was able to see, like, oh, I like Medellin, I like people there. and that is why he is here again. I think that I will not come back to a place where I feel that my life is in risk.
No, I wouldn't. Also, too, guys, there's another great thing about being here. The airport is super close. You can jump on a plane. You can take a girl on a date. You can fly to the ocean. Okay. You can feel like a rock star for a few $100s. You can go spend a day and come back or get a hotel over there for a day. You got multiple cities with oceanfront. You can rent boats. You can do all kinds of stuff. I'm telling you, this place it's amazing. Once you come, you will want to come back or not leave. And that's what's happened to a lot of my friends over the last couple of years. A lot of them have retired here or brought their business here. So they're operating here in Colombia now.
Yes, and we have more questions. This is not a question about what we are talking, but they want to know a little bit more about your experience. So I'm going to read this. Neil is asking you, Scott. Scott, did you take the translator on all your dates through the agency?
No, I don't. I usually use Google Translate. I've been doing it enough, and once you're sitting with somebody, there's not really a barrier. So the translator is when things are going fast, you really need it. But when you're just with a person, if you use a translator, great. If not, no big deal. You'll be fine. A lot of people here speak a little bit of English at least, and a lot of them want to learn. So the biggest thing is they're going to learn it if you're involved in their life.
And I love because Scott is always willing to have the experience and enjoy the dates. And in the end, I feel that that is part of the process. Like you don't get in a stress when you don't feel the connection. You enjoy the date and see what can happen. And again, I tell this to all the guys, like keep in touch with the girls. You never know if she has a cousin, she has a friend, she has someone that can introduce you in some point of the friendship. And again, it's like you enjoy the dates and you have a good time, you behave like a gentleman, and it's like the girls, they really like that and they appreciate that kind of things.
Yes, the girls, and always like take care of their taxi, whatever you're going to give them to get home, double it because they got there, and like I said, they just want to spend time with you. You don't have to take them to a fancy restaurant. You can go get ice cream someplace or take a walk. A lot of girls here like to go to the parks, any social spaces. They're all over the place. And those are all really safe. You're going to feel very, very comfortable. Hundreds of people around.
And it's good. I have another question because there are guys that they want to know a little bit about what they can do once they are here, and they are asking like, Scott, where to find a furnished apartment for 3 months? Like usually, maybe we can give an advice about what app you use.
I used Airbnb. It's worked out for me, and I have an apartment this year that is right next to the apartment I had last year. And it's fantastic. It's a great building. It's about a 5-minute walk, maybe 10 minutes from where I'm at now at the office here. And I walk back and forth every day with my dogs. So everybody knows us between here and my Airbnb. We've been doing this for a couple of years in the same location.
Okay, so Scott, thank you so much for your time.
Right.
And thank you so much for talking a little bit about your experience with us too, because it's nice that you also see that he's not only a random guy that we pick in the street. He's someone that take our services, that has the opportunity today with a couple of the girls here, and that he really likes to be able to find girls here on the agency, because there is a process, guys. Like we take the time to send the profile to the guy, to show you the profile of the girl in the website, and be able to arrange dates with girls that they are really interested in meet you, right? So in the end, it's nice that you have the opportunity to speak with someone that it's American, that he likes Medellin, and he feels that this is a completely safe city.
And guys, come to the social. It's a lot of fun. You sit and watch the girls come in. You're going to see 100 beautiful girls come in. Okay. They're all dressed up. They want to meet you. Every single one of them wants to tell you about themselves. And you're going to get a translator. Come to the social. It's amazing. Okay. It's a lot of fun. Your heart's going to beat fast. You're going to get a little sweaty in the palms. You're going to get a little nervous because there's a lot of pressure of these beautiful girls. But as soon as you walk in, you realize they want to meet you.
Oh, thank you, Scott, for that. And in a couple of minutes, I'm going to talk about the tour that we have the next week here in Medellin. And thank you for that big interview in this interview with because in the end, Scott did really help us to show the world and show a lot of people that in the end, yes, I'm not going to say that things doesn't happen here, but sometimes the news they get bigger and they don't give all the information in the way that it's supposed to be to the people. So they just have part of the information and they don't have the full part about how they ended up in that kind of circumstances and situations. That again, I'm not saying that that is completely normal and fine, but again, if you look for troubles in whatever part of the world, you are going to be able to find trouble. So stay with girls that they that you really know who they are, that girls that they are good girls. I'm sorry, but I have to say it like that, because if you look for prostitutes, it's very difficult that a prostitute is going to behave well in some point of the relationship.
It's gonna go bad, right? You already know that. And guys, too, here once again, the weather is warm. This is the kind of dress you can go on a date, just a regular polo collared shirt, get a couple like this, a couple of button downs, a few pairs of long pants, a couple pairs of shoes. It's all you need, a backpack, and you can come here for a week. You
have a great time.
Having a better than a great time, okay? Better than a great time. You won't believe it. You will come back, promise.
Thank you, Scott. And now, guys, I'm going to leave you with a couple of interviews that we have from beautiful girls that we have the opportunity to interview in Barranquilla. So her name is Ivana and her ID number is 217104. And the next girl also is one of the girls that we have the opportunity to see in Barranquilla. So I hope that you enjoy these interviews. And again, guys, if you are interested in some of these girls, you can start to read a letter to them. And also, if you want to visit Barranquilla and meet with them in person, you can do it, of course, if they are interested in have a date with you. So enjoy the interviews. And tonight I'm with Ivana and her ID number is the 217104. Hi Ivana, how are you?
Hi, I'm really good, thank you. And how about you?
I'm good. Thank you for being here tonight. And I want to ask you, is your first social with us? Yes?
It's the first.
Okay, that is great. And how you find out about us?
Because it's a friend, she recommended me the agency, and I wanted to have the experience.
Okay, that is great. And I have to ask you also, where do you learn English? Because your English is very good.
Okay, I learned English by myself, watching
Very
movies,
impressive.
yeah, watching movies, series, listening to music, and because my father is an English teacher,
Okay.
so something that I don't know, I just ask him, and he teaches.
So Ivana, I want to know also, what are you looking for? Like, what do you expect to find in a guy?
In a guy, a respectful guy, a guy who loves me, who doesn't want to like to change my hobbies. I model. I have a clothes brand, but
Okay.
I also do modeling, like for swimsuit and something like that. And some guys doesn't like that in a woman.
They are a little bit jealous about
Yeah.
what other guys can say to you.
But that is just because they are not like
Secure,
sure,
yes.
yeah, secure about themselves. So I cannot be, and I cannot stay like with a man that is not secure about himself.
So we are going to start with these questions. The idea is that you take three papers, you are going to read it, and you are going to answer the
Answer,
question.
okay.
Okay, in English. So you have to translate the questions because I think that are in Spanish right now.
¿A qué sitio irías a vivir una aventura?
What place you will go to live an adventure?
Adventure. To Ibiza.
Ibiza, okay, nice.
Yeah.
It's a very
I
different.
think it's a place that we can have like different I don't know how to say that, like a different experience, and to know because the people there are like from a lot of the world. So I think that in Ibiza we can have like a really really great experience.
Yes, and also it's a place to relax 1st and also to have fun. And
By
also you
night.
have the beach around you. So I think that in the end, sometimes and more a person from the coast area really appreciate the
Yeah.
nice places like that. And okay, we are going to continue with the next question.
Okay. ¿Cómo sería tu cita ideal?
How it will be your ideals date?
My ideal date, I'm not gonna say like in a restaurant because that is like the date that we already have here. So it's gonna be maybe like in a beach, like a date, a dinner, but in a beach, like a
Very
romantic,
romantic with
yeah.
candles.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Okay, I like that kind of date. And also, it's very romantic. I think that in the end, Colombian girls, we have that emotional, romantic
Yeah,
side in
you're
us.
really romantic. ¿Te gustan los animales? Do you like animals? Of course I do.
Yes,
I
you
love
have.
pets. Actually, I had a dog. He died, but he was with me like for 15 years.
So imagine that was
oh my god, yeah.
terrible when that happened.
Really, really terrible. That was really sad. But yes, I love animals in general.
Okay, and I also want to know, and I want to ask you, Anna, because I didn't ask in the beginning. You dream with a family. Would you like to have kids in the future too?
Yeah, I do. I would like to have kids and also to have a family and to get married.
Oh, that is great. So,
I do.
Ivana, I hope that tonight you can find a very, very nice guy. And if not, I'm sure that through this interview, a lot of guys are going to be there reading you and being very attentive to see if they can get a date with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to you. Y comenzamos en la noche de hoy, sábado, que es nuestro último día de evento en la ciudad de Barranquilla. Y me encuentro con Ana. ¿Cómo estás, Ana?
Muy bien, gracias.
Me alegra. Y para los caballeros que se preguntan cuál es el ID de Ana, es el 216959. Ana, bueno, cuéntanos un poquito de ti. ¿Cómo llegaste tú a la agencia matrimonial?
Fue algo curioso porque en realidad llegué porque una amiga me inscribió. No conocía de la agencia. Ella tenía la hermana de una amiga que creo que logró de pronto encontrar aquí su pareja y se casó y le ha ido muy bien. Entonces me dijo, vamos a inscribirnos y nos inscribimos las dos.
Y bueno, Ana, cuéntanos cuántos años tienes, a qué te dedicas.
Bueno, tengo 31 años, soy abogada, soy consultora para entidades públicas, trabajo en proyectos de inversión y bueno, básicamente eso es lo que hago.
Bueno, Ana, cuéntanos un poquito de lo que tú estás buscando. ¿Cómo es ese hombre
¿Qué
que tú
estoy
quieres
buscando?
encontrar?
Bueno, primero que todo, siempre cuando me hacen la pregunta, me pregunto, ¿cuál es tu persona o hombre perfecto, ideal? Bueno, perfecto no hay. Pero
Así
sí me gustaría encontrar un compañero que sea leal, que quiera una relación estable, que quiera de pronto construir una familia, que quiera tener hijos, que quiera construir un proyecto de vida, básicamente.
Qué bueno, muy importante.
Ujú.
O sea, tú quieres tener hijos en un futuro, te ves con
Uno
tu
más.
familia.
Tengo
más?
una y quiero solamente uno más.
¿Y cuántos años tiene tu niña?
Tiene 4.
Ay, bueno, es que todavía está muy chiquito.
Está pequeña, sí, sí, sí.
Bueno, vamos a empezar con una dinámica. La idea es que saques 3 preguntitas, leas la primera y
Ok.
respondas la pregunta. Entonces empecemos con la
Ay,
primera.
me siento como reina de belleza. Mira,
Eres
bueno,
una reina de belleza, o sea, en la noche de hoy.
me dice que te gustaría tener hijos, ya yo creo que la
Bueno,
contesté.
sí. ¿Y
Bueno,
cuántos
ya.
uno más?
Sí, uno más, solamente uno más.
¿Y tienes algún problema también, Ana? Por ejemplo, si el día de mañana tú conocieras a tu pareja y tu pareja también tuviera un hijo y así tuviera...
No, no
Para
tendría
ti no
ningún
está bien.
problema, no tendría ningún problema porque, o sea, si yo tengo un hijo, yo comprendo la situación con otro caballero que pueda tener la misma situación. Lo único que sí me gustaría es que de pronto si he tenido algún matrimonio previo, todas las situaciones legales y todos los problemas estén totalmente solucionados, así como los míos también ya lo están.
Ah, bueno, perfecto. Sí,
Sí.
eso es muy importante también
Sí,
porque
sí.
uno lidiar también con pasados no siempre es fácil.
Es bastante complejo y la verdad no es lo que estoy buscando tampoco en estos momentos.
Así es. Bueno, continuemos
¿Listo?
con la siguiente.
Ay,
No,
¿cuántas son?
Son 3 preguntitas. No te me vas tan rápido.
Ok. ¿Qué tendría para ofrecer como esposa? Buena pregunta. Tendría para ofrecer, bueno, yo pienso que lealtad, pienso que sería una persona que sería con la que podrías hacer equipo. O sea, de pronto más que esposa seríamos equipo. Lo podría ayudar en lo que necesite, sería su apoyo en los momentos difíciles. me encargaría de muchas cosas del hogar, nos repartiríamos muchas labores, sería su compañera de viajes porque me gusta mucho viajar
Ay,
también.
qué bueno. ¿Y dónde has visitado? ¿Qué países del mundo has visitado?
¿A qué países del mundo he ido? He ido a Francia, a España, he ido a Holanda, he ido a República Dominicana, a México, he estado por estas islitas pequeñas de las Antillas, Aruba, Curazao, Bonaire. He viajado siempre.
Ay, me alegra
Sí.
mucho eso. Y pues estás también dispuesta, digamos, el día de mañana que encontraras a tu pareja, reubicarte de pronto en otro país diferente.
Sí, claro, y también quisiera encontrar una pareja que le guste viajar. Yo creo que es de las cosas que más disfruto, entonces tengo que encontrar una pareja que sea afín a los gustos y a las actividades que pues, a mí me gustan.
Continuemos con la última
Bueno,
preguntita.
Eso
¿Y
es.
tienes visa, Ana?
Sí, tengo visa, también he ido a los Estados Unidos.
Ah, bueno, qué
Sí,
bien.
sí.
Eso faltó mencionarlo, que también
Bueno,
es
sí,
muy
he ido a los
importante.
Estados Unidos.
¿Y
también.
hablas inglés?
Sí.
Ay, qué bien,
Ok.
súper bien. ¿Cómo es tu nivel de inglés?
Te voy a decir que intermedio, porque lo estudié hace muchos años y como aquí no se practica mucho, entonces la verdad se me ha ido oxidando un poquito el
Pero lo
inglés.
entiendes bastante
Lo
bien.
entiendo
la parte
bien,
comunicativa es la que
me doy a
imagino.
entender también, la persona me puede entender y yo le puedo responder. Lo que pasa es que cierto vocabulario y ciertas palabras ya se me han ido olvidando.
Ah, bueno, pero eso
Sí.
se recupera. Eso es
Con
cuestión
la
de
práctica,
práctica.
claro. Sí, sí. ¿Qué 3 deseos que le pedirías a una lámpara mágica? Yo diría que salud, siempre para mí y para mi familia. Diría que la capacidad de que me ponga en una posición donde pueda ayudar a personas. Siempre me ha gustado ese tema. Y 4, tercero, no sé. Yo te diría que trabajo y prosperidad siempre.
Qué bien.
Sí.
Buenos deseos también,
Sí,
Ana.
ujú.
Bueno,
Sí, sí.
Ana, yo realmente espero que la noche de hoy puedas encontrar una persona realmente interesante para ti. Y si no es la noche de hoy, yo siempre lo digo, pues a través de esta entrevista, que llegue ese caballero a tu vida.
Bueno, que así sea. Lista.
Beautiful girls in Barranquilla. And remember, guys, if you are interested in getting in touch with them, you can do it through letters or visit in Barranquilla. You are going to have a great experience there, and Claudia, the manager, is going to help you in all your process in Barranquilla. And also, I want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day. I didn't say anything in the beginning of this transmission because I was with my guest Scott to talk a little bit about the situation right now that is happening. But I want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day to all the guys that are watching this video, and even if there are a girl that is watching this, also I want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day. I don't know if that day is like here in Colombia, because here in Colombia we have a specific celebration in September that is called Love and Friendship Day. So, Love and Friendship Day in Colombia is a day that we celebrate love, friendship. We celebrate that special relationships that we have, not only with your couple, also with your friends. So, I hope that St. Valentine's Day means the same, not only for love, also to celebrate the friendship, to celebrate those people that are very special in our lives and that make our lives a little bit more special every day. For those ones that maybe are alone in today, don't feel sad because maybe that special person didn't arrive to your life yet, but that doesn't mean that is not going to arrive. So just wait for the best, and also do something to change that. Maybe it's a time for you to do something different, because I always say, and I always talk about this, when you are being doing the same and the same every time, and you are going to have the same results. But when you change something, you are going to notice that good things are going to happen. And the worst thing that is going to happen is like nothing happened, that everything is going to continue the same. But at least you take the risk to take that first step. So I invite you to visit Colombia, to take that steps, to be able to find the love of your life and be able to find that special person. Sometimes we are very afraid, and I hear something very nice the other day that my aunt was telling me, and she was telling me that the opposite feeling of love is not hate, that the opposite feeling that love has is to be afraid of love. And I feel that is real, because in the end, when we are afraid to something, we don't do it, we don't act, we don't take actions. So in the end, I think that being afraid, um, most of the times, is the opposite feeling of all these beautiful feelings that we can feel, because in the end, being afraid of living is going to become in a big problem in your life. So sometimes it's not easy to take certain kind of decisions in life, but I think I'm not those one of those persons that think that is worth it, because in the end you are going to have a good result, and in the end you are going to learn something about that experience. So I invite you to take the experience with us. I invite you to be able to join us in the tours that we have this year. If you was not able to maybe join the tour that we had in Barranquilla in the beginning of this year, you are going to be able to join us in the middle of this year. And if you are not able to join us in the tour that we have in Medellin the next week, you are going to be able to do it maybe in June. And remember, in Cartagena, our next tour is going to be in April. So we are going to be very happy to have you there. I'm going to be there and helping you in all this process, and also there in Cartagena. But right now, like, I have the tour here in Medellin, and Medellin is the city where I live, and the city that, of course, I always have good things about to say about Medellin, and I really feel really sorry, and I feel very sad when these kind of things happen in my city, because it's like I feel that also affect me, not only because the fact that I work with people from other countries, also for the fact that that is not the way that I like that other people see my country. It's funny because the other day also one client was making a comment about people in general here in Colombia, about that they are thieves, that they are only want to take advantage of people. And it's sad, and it's very hard for me to hear that, because I wish that all the experience of all the people that visit Colombia, it's going to be very, very good. But I think that if you ask to 100 people about the experience that they have in a specific country, I'm sure that 100 people are going to have a different opinion about their own experience, right? Because not everybody has the same experience, even if it's here in Medellin, even if it's in Barranquilla, or even it's in Paris, or Italy, or maybe Brazil, or even United States. I think that in the end, everybody has their own experience, and we cannot say that because of someone bad experience or someone good experience, that means that that is the way that we have to think about a country. I think that the best thing to do sometimes is just have your own experience and take the opportunity to do something by yourself and say like, okay, I did it, and I think this about this person or this country or this situation because I was able to have the experience by my own. Remember, guys, that our next tour is going to be February 22nd, and the tour is going to be for 7, 10, or 14 days. Right now, I'm going to tell you that we have the situation where we have a little bit more of spots available. Right now, we have 3 spots available here in Medellin, because this tour is going to be a small tour. So the place where we are going to have the tour is going to be a little bit smaller than the other years. In fact, it's going to be the same place that we have the first tour in Medellin last year. And right now we have the spot for 3 clients, and we are going to be very happy to be able to have some of you guys, in case that you want to do it. Remember, you have the time to join us in our tour here in Medellin. So don't waste time. If you want to join us, if you want to find that special person and celebrate the next San Valentin dates next to someone, I'm sure that you are going to be able to find a couple of beautiful girls that maybe can be a really good potential girlfriend for the future. So don't waste this opportunity, and remember that the tour can be for 7, 10, or 14 days. Usually, I always suggest at least to stay for 10 days, because you are going to find out that 1 week is not enough. It's not enough sometimes to make strong relationships. But of course, if you tell me like, Manuela, I only have 7 days, I cannot stay longer, but I will come back to Medellin, I will tell you like, okay, that is perfect. But keep in mind that one of the most important things when you are meeting someone from other country is that you are going to be able to really have a strong connection and spend a couple of time with that person. So once that you have to leave, you don't have any problem in stay in touch with that person. So remember, the tour or tour in Medellin that is for 7 days. The price is for it's $3,395 US. If you want to came for 10 days, the price is different. The price is going to be $3,895 US. And if you are going to stay for 14 days, the price is going to be $4,395 US. So those ones are the prices for the tours. And remember, for those ones that are asking me right now, like, oh, Manuel, I want to go to the tour, but I'm not going to be able to go next week. Remember that you can start to pay for the tours that you want to join during this year. You have to make a deposit, and you are going to be able to say like, okay, I want to go to Cartagena in April, or I want to visit Barranquilla in July, or I want to return to Medellin in June. Remember, with time in advance is better, because once that the tours are sold out, we cannot sell more spots. Even if you tell me, oh my God, I already have my flights, I already have my hotel, I already have everything. Please help me with that. We cannot do anything about that if you are not in the tour and if the spots are gone. Okay. So to now, I'm going to start right now with the questions that maybe you have. Let me check here. I want to start for these boys. I'm 25. Is that too young to find love out there in Colombia? Because I hear most of the women date older men. So I want to tell you this, that this is not true. I mean, I can tell you that here is not a big deal, the age difference, but also girls here, they love and they like guys that are not very a lot, like they have not a big difference in age. So I think that for a guy that is 25 years old, believe me, I have a lot of girls that they are 19 and they want to find someone. Something that you have to keep in mind this is not the age. I feel that most of the time it's not even the age, the one that is a problem. Is to feel the connection, to feel that the guy that you are seeing in the pictures is the guy that you want to meet. So I will tell you this as an advice. If you want to visit Colombia and you want to start to arrange, you want us to arrange dates for you, my advice to you is like, take good pictures of you. Take the time to have a really nice, maybe photo shooting where you have 5 photos of you that are really nice, and with that photos we can work, because it's like everything. For example, you see the girls on the website, and the first thing that calls your attention is not what she say, oh, I love God, or I don't have kids. No, the first thing most of the times that calls the attention of the guys is the profile picture. Once that they see that they like the girl in the profile picture, they start to read all the text, and they decide if they want to meet with her or no. So the same is with the girls. The girls, they have to feel certain kind of attraction for the person that they want to meet. Even if you are from whatever part of the world, it's very important that you feel that attraction for someone. So my advice to you is like, take the time to take good pictures of you. No selfies, not photos that you are with bad clothes. Trying to take photos of you with good clothes and looking good. And I'm sure that you are going to have good results here in Colombia. Let's continue. Okay, these are the rates the same if I am only looking for dates through the agency, or dating apps are the way to go? So these, of course, as a marriage agency, our prices are going to be a little bit different than a dating app. And for you, maybe one of the services that really can help you right now is the introductions, where you pay the membership fee plus every day that you want to have. So the introductions, you pay a fee that is for 150 US dollars. And during 10 days, you have the opportunity to date with a couple of girls, but per day you have to pay 125 US dollars. So maybe that can be a good option for you if you are in time and you are very specific about what you are looking for. Because in that case, if it's only 2, 3, 4 dates, it's going to be very worth it for you. Let's continue. Oh, Squishy, thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day for you too. And thank you so much for your really cute comments about my outfit tonight. Okay, I have other here. Joseph, he's asking, I have a question. How hard is to pick the right one if there is a lot of beautiful girls there? So, Joseph, this is a great question. And most of the time, I tell the guys, don't base your look only on the looks because you can see really beautiful girls. And sometimes I'm very honest with the clients. I tell the guy, like, oh, look, this girl, yes, is gorgeous, and you're going to see her in person, and she's the same, but she's a little bit high maintenance. She is the kind of girl that she wants that you spend a lot of money on her, and I think that you use this word, trophy wife. We have trophy wives here too. And if you are okay with that, I mean, it's fine. You can date with the most beautiful girl here at the agency. If you are okay with the fact that you know that you have to give that girl a kind of a lifestyle. And it's not only here. I think that a trophy wife, it's something that came from United States. The term came from United States, I guess. And I know that even in United States, there are a lot of guys that they don't have any problem to have a trophy wife. Here is the same. Here is a lot of Colombian guys, even foreign guys, that they came to Colombia and they don't care to have a really beautiful young girl next to them, and have her as a trophy wife. This is fine, but for the guys that maybe they are looking for someone that is going to be in the good times and also in the bad times, I suggest not to go only for the looks. See the personality. It's very important that after every date, you pay attention in the way that she answered to you once that the date is over, in the way that she treat you, and there is where you are going to have a really real answer about if she's the correct one or no. Again, I feel that we have really beautiful girls, because I'm not telling you, oh, go in a date with the ugly one and you are going to be successful. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you, don't base your search only on the looks, because when when you base your search in this, most of the time, by experience, I can tell you that the final result, is not going to be great. Okay, let me see what else I have here. Okay, Rodolfo is asking which other tours going to begin. So Rodolfo, this year, right now we have here in Colombia, of course, because I'm going to talk about Colombia. I'm not talking about other countries, but here in Colombia, our next tour is going to be here in Medellin. In Medellin, February 22nd is going to be the first tour here in Medellin. So that is why I'm very excited, because it's going to be the first tour that we are going to have here in this beautiful city. And in April, I'm going to let you know what exactly date in April we are going to have our next tour in Cartagena. And that one is going to be the first tour in Cartagena. So also it's going to be great. And usually April is an amazing month of the year to visit Cartagena, because it's a little bit more fresh, and it's a really good time to spend a really nice and relaxed time in a beautiful city that is next to the ocean, and that you are going to be able to go to islands and have also like a kind of vacation time, and plus finding the love of your life. So the tour in Cartagena is going to be April 11th. That is the date for the tour in Cartagena. And remember, the tour in Cartagena can be for 7, 10, or 14 days. Later, we have also again Medellin, June 20 is going to be our tour here in Medellin. Again, for 7, 10, or 14 days, you can pick how the amount of days that you want to stay. And the next tour in Barranquilla is going to be July 18. So July 18 is the next tour in Barranquilla. Later on, we continue with our last tour in Medellin that is going to be August 29th. So this is going to be the last tour for Medellin this year. And later we have the last tour for Barranquilla that is going to be October 3rd. And the last tour in Cartagena is going to be October 31st. So we can celebrate a little bit of Halloween here in Colombia, and you can see the experience of the celebration that we have here for Halloween, because here Halloween it's also a big thing. We love to have customs, we like to party, and we like to be able to celebrate this holiday. So those are the dates for the tours here in Colombia. So keep in mind those dates in case that you want to join us. And remember, next week we have the tour in Medellin. In case that you need information, in case that you need to set it up or arrange anything here in Medellin, you can contact us and we are going to help you with whatever thing that you need, okay? Okay, Mike, can Colombians visit Cancun, Mexico? Yes, if they have a passport, yes, they can visit Mexico. And not only Mexico, if a Colombian has a passport, because we don't need visa for example, Mexico, we don't need visa for Panama, Argentina, Peru, Brazil, Chile, Ecuador, Uruguay, what else? Venezuela, we don't need visa for example, Curacao, Aruba, Dominican Republic. We do need a visa for example, Costa Rica. We need a visa for Puerto Rico. We need a visa for United States, Canada, and Australia. But for even places in Europe, we don't need a visa. We only need our passport. And I think even if, for example, as a Colombian, you go to Argentina, you can travel only with your ID. Even I think that Peru, Chile, and I don't remember other countries in Latin America that Colombians, they don't need passport to visit those countries because we have an agreement with them. Mike, do the single moms typically have 100 custody of their kids? The answer is, Mike, no. Most of the time, we have to share, Colombians, we have to share custody with the dad of the kid. But most of the times, yes, happen, and at least here at the agency, that the guys are not very present dads. So sometimes the mothers are able to put like I don't know how to say it, like they go to court and they are able to have the full custody for the kids. But most of the time it's like half mom and half dad. But here is usually the lawyers and the judge, they respect a lot of the fact that the girl is the one that has the custody of the kid. But if the girl wants to take the kid out of the country, she has to ask for permission of the dad. But if she has the full custody of the kid, she don't have to ask for any permission. But again, not all the girls, we have to ask. If there is a mother, we have to ask for that specific case and see if she's able to take the kid without any permission. Joseph, thank you so much. Happy Valentine's Day for you too. Okay, does a smaller social mean you will have more time at the table with the woman? Yes, Kate, that means that, because in the end, we're trying to finish every social around 11, maybe if it's a big social, around 12. But when we have a big social, like the ones that usually we have here in Medellin, that means that the time that you are going to have in each table is going to be a little bit short. So when we have a small social, that means that we are going to have a little bit more of time to introduce with the girls and to talk with them. So this is the good things about the socials that are a little bit more small, because in the end you have more time to meet with the girls. Okay, squishy. I hear Colombian flights don't have first class. They do have business class. I am good with business class. So, squishy, yes, I think that we have used, because the flights are so short. Like, even if you go to, I don't know, from here to Amazonas, it is no more than 2 hours of flight. So, in the end, it's like you don't spend a lot of time in a flight, so it's not worth it to have like that business class, because in the end it's like you're going to be there only for, I don't know, 1 hour and 30, 40 minutes. That's it. So in the end, yes, that is true. If maybe I'm wrong, somebody can correct me, but so far I didn't saw that. And right now we only have here in Colombia two airlines that are working. One is Avianca and the other one is Latam. Okay, Squishy, he says, I will take the risk that Colombia is safe enough for me, and I wear bling bling. Okay, Squishy. Usually I also say to the guys, we have the term for those ones that they don't know. Don't give papaya. Don't give papaya means don't do something that is going to put you into risk. Don't do something that is going to allow someone to take advantage of you. So just be careful. Like I was talking with Scott. I'm not telling you that in Colombia, because I want to clarify this information. I'm not telling you that in Colombia doesn't happen things. I'm not telling you that Colombia or Medellin is the most safe place around the world. I'm just telling you that you have to be careful. You don't have to look for troubles. Don't go to places that you don't need to go. Like in whatever part of the world, you are not going to the bad neighborhoods, or you are not going to date with people that you don't know what they do for living, or you don't know if they are good or bad, that they maybe want to take advantage of you. So in whatever country that you are going to visit, you have to be careful and don't give papaya anywhere where you go. Okay, Amanda, hello. How much do we have to pay to go to these events? I think that I already answered the questions about how much is the tours here right now in Medellin. Uh, Amanda, if you want, you can read to me my my WhatsApp number. It's plus 57 350 237. Oh my God, I forgot the number. One moment. One moment. That if I say the number in English, it's like I forget everything. So it's plus 57 350 437 2537. If you need something, you can reach for me and I will help you. Amanda, with whatever thing that you need. Also, I'm sorry, sometimes we have a lot of emails and a lot of messages at the same time. So it's difficult to answer all of them. But you can contact me and I will give you the information, okay? Mario, yes, I'm reading your advice about the situation. And yes, this is true. And I think that in the end, we have to see what is uh, the big problem, because in the end the tourist is the person that is bringing money into the economy, and we have to be able to um, be able to be sure that that person is going to return to his country or her country safe. But in the end, again, guys, if you are looking for prostitution, if you are looking for drugs, if you're looking for travels, maybe you are going to find that kind of things. So what I can tell you right now is like trying to just be aware of that, and I'm sure that nothing bad is going to happen to you. Okay. Okay, I think that I don't see any more message tonight. If maybe I didn't answer you something, just let me know. You can read it through our email. Let me check. Um, through our emails, and we are going to be able to answer any questions that maybe you have. Here, very quickly, I'm reading: are the women offered alcohol during the socials? Yes. We give the girls and the guys alcohol. Of course, not as many like to get drunk. That is not the intention. We give like 3 tickets for cocktails, and the girls that has the opportunity to drink 3 cocktails during the night, and also to enjoy a really beautiful and fabulous dinner next to you. Hey, Joseph, if we find the right girl, how can you contact each other besides the agency? So, Joseph, if it's through us, the only way is through us. If you are contacting other girls in through other websites, that is the thing that you have to find out. But through the agency, the only way to put in contact with them is, of course, through us. Amanda, this is a really good question. And she's asking, do you guys run backgrounds check on the girls to make sure they have no criminal records? And yes, the answer, Amanda, and thank you for asking this a very important question is yes, we do it. We have the time, we have to take the time to check everybody's background. And this is something very important. And I want to be very specific about this situation. Is like today, I'm going to reach for the background of Stefania. That is one girl that wants to join the agency today. Today, February 14. So today, February 14, I'm going to check the background of the girl. And today, for February 14, it's going to show up that she don't have any record, that she didn't do anything bad so far. But if tomorrow, Stefania, she steal to someone or she go for prison for, I don't know, 1 month, there is where we are not going to have information because we search for the information and we have to reach for the background when the girl is going to start the process with us. But we don't check this every day. So this is something very important that I want to mention to you right now, so you have clear information about what we do with the girls, okay? Okay, Amanda, how do you recruit the woman to go to your agency? It is word of mouth, or do you have scouts that talk to the woman in the Medellin city? So, Amanda, I think that the word that you are using, word of mouth, is very current about this information because in the end, a lot of girls, they find out about the agency because one cousin was able to find someone through us. Because her a neighbor hear about this agency and told the other neighbor about the agency. So most of the times, yes, is because of a amount of work. And because we have already like almost 12 years here in Medellin, so most of the girls, they already know about the agency, and we are one of the few agencies that has like a physical office where the girls can visit and has the truth about who is behind of the screen. Because believe me, girls, not only the guys are the ones that are taking the risk, the girls also. We have that situation a couple days ago about a Canadian guy that killed his Colombian girlfriend here in Medellin. So it's not only foreigners, the ones that sometimes are getting affected, but about these specific situations. Also, the girls sometimes take the risk to find someone that is crazy that can do something bad to them. So also we concern about the girls, and we concern about the fact that they are in good hands, because for them it's also a big deal to take the risk to go and visit someone in other country where they don't know what can happen to them, right? So this is something that you have to keep in mind, because again, it's not like only the tourists, the ones that are being killed. We have situations also not from foreigners, Colombians that kill them wife, they kill the boyfriend, they kill her girlfriend, whatever. But also we have this situation about a Canadian guy that he killed his Colombian girlfriend here in Medellin, and he left to Guatemala, and right now police is looking for him. So the girls, they also trust in us because we are a physical agency where they feel a little bit more safe to register and to be able to give personal information. Okay, so now is the time to say goodbye and good night to everybody. Thank you so much for your time. I hope that I was able to answer all your questions or most of them. And I hope to see you very soon. And I hope to see you, some of you guys, maybe in the next tour that we have here in Medellin next week. Have a great night.
Hello, my name is Ana Maria. I'm from Medellin, Colombia. I'm 40 years old. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm a fashion designer, and I am a chef.
How would you describe yourself?
Tranquila, paciente. Soy una persona servicial. Me gusta mucho compartir con las personas, conocer culturas nuevas, compartir con mis amigas. Tengo las mismas amigas desde la infancia.
What are your hobbies?
Me encanta viajar. Lo que más me gusta en la vida es el mar, la playa, y mi gran hobby es conocer lugares nuevos, comidas nuevas y experiencias nuevas.
What are you looking for in the agency?
Bueno, en la agencia inicié por recomendación de una amiga que había visto un programa en televisión y nos pareció interesante conocer personas nuevas, bien recomendadas, y conocer una cultura diferente. Estamos acostumbradas al tipo de hombre latino, entonces sería interesante conocer otro tipo de personas.
Why a foreign gentleman?
Me gustan los hombres que son caballerosos, pero a la vez muy divertidos, que les gusta viajar, que les gusta compartir, que les gusta reírse de la vida, que les gusta reírse de ellos mismos, pero bien trabajadores. Un hombre que le guste construir, que le guste amar y servir a su pareja, y sobre todo que no sea mentiroso ni infiel, que es una de las fallas más grandes que encontramos en los hombres en Latinoamérica.
What do you expect from a partner?
Bueno, yo aspiro a que la pareja que encuentre para mi vida camine a mi lado, que nos apoyemos, que tratemos de construir sueños juntos y bueno, que vivamos alegres y felices.
What do you have to offer in a relationship?
Yo tengo mucha lealtad hacia la pareja, soy una mujer amorosa, que le gusta mucho apoyar los proyectos que tiene su pareja, y creo que ese es mi punto fuerte frente a una relación de pareja.
How do you show
Bueno, yo
love?
tengo varios lenguajes del amor, uno de ellos es la cocina, pero como lo dije anteriormente, mi lenguaje del amor más grande es poderle entregar a la pareja que se sienta apoyada y que sienta esa lealtad de mi parte.
Do you like to cook? What is your favorite food?
Me encanta cocinar, soy chef, cocino todos los días de mi vida, me encanta cocinar para los demás y también hacerlo para mí misma. Me va muy bien con casi todas las cosas, los dulces, soy chocolatier, entonces hice una especialización en chocolatería, entonces bueno, ese puede ser uno de mis fuertes.
Say 3 good things and 3 bad things about you.
A veces no permito que me entreguen tanto, entonces es algo que estoy trabajando hace muchos años, el permitirme recibir. Soy una persona muy leal, soy amorosa y trato de ser divertida con quienes me rodean.
What are those non-negotiables?
No negociable es una persona agresiva, grosera e infiel. O sea, ese tipo de cosas llevan una bola de nieve hacia cosas más delicadas en una relación, sea laboral, amistosa o de pareja.
Are you dominant or submissive?
Mucho tiempo de mi vida tuve en ciertas relaciones las dos cosas. Llegué a un punto de equilibrio en la vida en que no debe ser así. No debe ser dominante porque no puedes tratar de abusar de la confianza y de la lealtad que te dan los demás, y no debes ser sumisa porque pierdes tu esencia y pierdes también los objetivos en tu vida. Entonces creo que lo ideal es un equilibrio en pareja. A veces tenemos días en que queremos sentirnos amados, otros días queremos amar, entonces creo que ese equilibrio es lo que hace exitoso cualquier tipo de relación.
Would you be willing to have children?
Bueno, siempre quise tener hijos desde muy joven, muchos hijos, y siempre lo fui aplazando, y en este momento no tengo hijos. No es un plan que tenga, pero si llega una pareja que tenga como prioridad, es algo que podría negociarse perfectamente.
Would you be willing to live abroad with a gentleman?
Me gusta muchísimo viajar, me gusta muchísimo conocer lugares nuevos, entonces sí es una opción que podría tener en mi vida.
Where would you like to travel with your partner?
Tengo proyectado conocer Bali y las Maldivas, entonces si fueran pareja sería maravilloso.
What are your goals?
En el amor aspiro a tener una pareja con la que me lleve muy bien y me sienta amada y yo pueda amar y compartir muchas cosas. En lo laboral tengo muchos proyectos, quiero seguir creciendo como profe de yoga, quiero seguir creciendo en mi emprendimiento de cosmética natural cada vez más hasta llegar a un laboratorio, y aspiro en ese tiempo tener un hotel en el mar. Ese es como el pensado y la proyección que tengo. Entonces, decretado al universo que todo llegará. Bueno, los espero en la ciudad de Medellín, la ciudad de la eterna primavera, lleno de un clima hermoso, mujeres maravillosas, sitios magníficos que conocer. Espero que vengan, y si tenemos la oportunidad de conocernos, de disfrutar unos momentos muy agradables, están muy bienvenidos. Los espero en la ciudad de Medellín.